Seniors, just one daily habit to restore muscle strength. Like you're 40 again, imagine being in your 80s and still having the muscle strength of someone in their 40s. Sounds impossible, right? But here's the shocking truth, it's not. Some older adults are defying the odds, holding on to their muscle strength well into their 80s and beyond. So what's their secret? Hey there! In today's video, we're diving into how a select group of older adults, people we call superagers, are staying strong and active even as they age. While most people in their 70s and 80s experience muscle loss, these individuals are not only preserving their strength, but thriving. I'm going to share with you one simple daily habit that can help you restore your muscle strength and feel years younger, no matter your age. Number 1, the problem and challenge. As we grow older, we all experience changes in our bodies. Some of these changes are gradual, almost unnoticeable, but one of the most significant and often most frustrating issues that seniors face is sarcopenia. This is the medical term for the gradual loss of muscle mass, and it's a condition that impacts over 50 million older adults around the world. It doesn't just affect how we look or feel, it's far more serious than that. Sarcopenia leads to a decrease in strength, making it harder to perform everyday activities. It reduces mobility, independence, and ultimately our quality of life. What's worse, the effects of sarcopenia aren't just a theoretical concern. They have real-world consequences. Each year, over 300,000 seniors are hospitalized due to falls, and this is directly tied to muscle weakness. When our muscles weaken, we lose balance, coordination, and the ability to move quickly or stop ourselves from falling. Those falls can be devastating, leading to broken bones, long-term recovery, or in some tragic cases, even death. And these injuries often lead to a downward spiral. Once a senior falls, they become more sedentary, which leads to even further muscle loss, and the cycle continues. The problem is only getting worse as the global population ages. But here's the part that you may not know. Not everyone has to go through this. While many seniors struggle with muscle loss, there's a small group of older adults, referred to as superagers, who are managing to hold on to their muscle strength and, in some cases, even reverse the effects of aging. These are the individuals who continue to live active, independent lives long after most people their age have given up on exercise or are simply too frail to enjoy their lives fully. These superagers are the ones you might see walking with ease, hiking on trails, or even engaging in sports like tennis, golf, or swimming. And you know what? You can be one of them too. So what's the secret? How are these superagers managing to maintain muscle strength and avoid the frailty that many people in their 70s, 80s, and beyond experience? What sets them apart from everyone else? Researchers have spent years studying the habits of these exceptional individuals, and their findings could change the way we think about aging and muscle strength. According to research conducted at the Mayo Clinic, maintaining muscle strength as we get older isn't just about luck or genetics. In fact, there are specific habits that, when followed consistently, can slow down the process of muscle loss, and in some cases, even reverse it. These habits are simple, practical, and don't require drastic changes to your lifestyle. And yet, here's the shocking truth. 93% of older adults don't even know these habits exist. It's not because they're too complicated. It's because they're often overlooked or simply not shared with those who need them most. That's where I come in today. You see, I'm passionate about helping older adults reclaim their strength and live life on their terms. And one of the most powerful tools that has been shown to help maintain muscle strength is something called hormetic stress. I know it sounds like a fancy technical term, but trust me, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Hormetic stress is the concept of applying small amounts of stress to the body in a controlled way, which triggers the body's natural ability to adapt, strengthen, and grow. In the context of muscle health, this means applying mild stress that actually helps protect your muscles and, believe it or not, can even stimulate muscle growth. Think about it like this. When you work out, you're applying stress to your muscles, right? But it's a controlled, manageable amount of stress. When you lift weights or engage in any kind of resistance training, you're essentially telling your muscles, hey, I need you to get stronger. Your body responds by repairing the muscles and making them more resilient. This process is the same concept as hormetic stress. It's about giving your body just enough of a challenge to stimulate improvement without overwhelming it. The key takeaway here is that you don't have to run marathons or lift heavy weights to achieve this effect. In fact, many seniors find intense workouts to be risky or difficult. Hormetic stress can be something as simple as regular, moderate activity that encourages your muscles to stay strong, but without pushing them too far. Whether it's a brisk walk around the block, gentle body weight exercises, or low-impact activities like swimming or yoga, these actions can create the hormetic stress that your body needs to maintain muscle strength as you age. Now, here's where most people go wrong. We often believe that muscle loss is an inevitable part of aging, something we simply have to accept. Many seniors give up on staying active because they think it's too late to reverse the damage. But the truth is, it's never too late to start. You can make small changes today that will have a huge impact on your muscle strength and overall health in the long run. And that's the secret of the super agers. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect circumstances. They take small, consistent actions every single day to protect their muscles and keep them strong. The best part? You don't have to do it all at once. You don't need to jump into an intense exercise routine or make huge, overwhelming changes to your lifestyle. It's the small daily habits that build up over time and lead to remarkable results. So whether you've been dealing with muscle loss for years or you're just starting to notice a decrease in your strength and energy, there's still hope. By committing to one simple daily habit, something as straightforward as incorporating mild controlled stress into your routine, you can start to reverse the effects of aging and feel stronger, more energetic, and more independent. But it's not just about taking action. It's about understanding that muscle loss isn't inevitable. You can take control of your body and your health, and you don't have to accept the decline that aging sometimes brings. The power to restore your strength is in your hands. By following the right steps, you can begin to feel the benefits almost immediately. You don't have to turn back the clock, but you can certainly slow down its effects. Let's dive deeper into how these daily habits can restore muscle strength and help you feel like you're 40 again. So, are you ready to discover the simple habit that can transform your life? Stay tuned because the solution is just around the corner, and I'm about to reveal it to you. Number 2, exploring and expanding the topic. When we talk about maintaining muscle strength as we age, the idea of applying hormetic stress to the body might sound a little strange at first, but once you understand how it works, it starts to make perfect sense. Hormetic stress is all about challenging your body in ways that encourage growth and adaptation without pushing it to the point of harm. It's not about extreme workouts or pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about providing your body with just the right amount of stress to stimulate positive changes. And the beauty of hormetic stress is that it doesn't have to come from traditional exercise. There are other surprising methods that can have a profound effect on your muscle health. One such example of a hormetic stressor is exposure to cold temperatures. This might sound extreme, but bear with me for a second. Have you ever heard of people taking cold plunges or ice baths? It's become somewhat of a trend in recent years, but it actually has real scientific backing. When you immerse your body in cold water for just 30 to 60 seconds, it triggers a protective muscle response. The cold essentially shocks your body, causing it to react by releasing certain proteins and hormones that help preserve muscle mass. This process helps your muscles recover and stay strong, especially after exertion. It's not about freezing yourself for hours, but short bursts of cold exposure, done safely, can activate your muscles' protective mechanisms and support long-term muscle health. But the cold is just one side of the coin. Heat can have similar benefits. Another form of hormetic stress comes from exposure to heat, like using a sauna. Studies have shown that regular sauna use can actually help preserve muscle strength. In fact, a fascinating study in Finland discovered that people who used saunas regularly had 40% less muscle loss over a decade compared to those who didn't. Sauna sessions trigger a release of heat shock proteins, which help repair and protect muscles. The heat essentially provides a gentle, manageable form of stress that signals the body to stay strong, much like cold exposure does, but in the opposite direction. So whether it's cold exposure or heat, Both of these methods are forms of hormetic stress that can activate beneficial muscle responses. And the best part is, they're relatively simple and accessible. You don't have to become an extreme athlete or put yourself through grueling workouts to take advantage of these techniques. By incorporating cold exposure or regular sauna use into your routine, you can stimulate your muscles to stay strong and resistant to the effects of aging. Another powerful habit that plays a crucial role in preserving muscle strength as we age is intermittent fasting. If you're not familiar with it, intermittent fasting is an eating pattern that involves cycling between periods of eating and fasting. One of the most popular methods is the 16-8 method, where you fast for 16 hours and eat all your meals within an 8-hour window. During this fasting period, your body activates a process called autophagy. This is like your body's cleanup crew. It breaks down and removes damaged cells, which helps repair and maintain muscle tissue. Autophagy plays a vital role in muscle preservation because it helps remove any damaged or dysfunctional muscle cells that could contribute to muscle loss. Without this process, your body wouldn't be able to keep your muscle cells in top shape, making it harder to maintain strength. But the benefits of intermittent fasting go beyond autophagy. Research has also shown that fasting can increase levels of growth hormone, a critical component in muscle repair and growth. Growth hormone plays a major role in stimulating muscle protein synthesis, which is the process by which your body builds and repairs muscle tissue. As we age, our natural production of growth hormone declines, which can contribute to muscle loss. However, intermittent fasting helps to naturally boost growth hormone levels, even as we get older, which means it can support muscle growth, strength, and recovery. So if you're looking for a way to preserve and build muscle strength without spending hours in the gym, intermittent fasting might be a simple yet effective solution. But here's the thing. Intermittent fasting isn't just about limiting food intake for a few hours. It's a lifestyle change that has profound effects on your metabolism and overall health. By choosing to eat within a specific window, you're giving your body more time to repair, regenerate, and focus on maintaining muscle strength rather than constantly processing food. This daily habit can play a critical role in keeping your muscles healthy and helping you maintain the energy and vitality you need to stay active. Now let's talk about another game-changing practice that has been proven to preserve and even build muscle strength. Overcoming isometrics. This type of exercise involves pushing or pulling against an immovable object with as much force as you can for 5 to 10 seconds. At first glance, it might sound a little strange, but overcoming isometrics is incredibly effective in building and preserving muscle strength. The key here is that you're exerting maximum effort for a short period of time without actually moving your muscles through a full range of motion. It's all about generating tension and force, which stimulates muscle fibers to grow and adapt. This type of exercise has been shown to be effective for muscle maintenance because it doesn't place excessive strain on your joints, making it ideal for seniors or anyone who may have joint issues or limitations. What's great about overcoming isometrics is that it's not only effective in preserving muscle strength, but it's also incredibly safe. Since you're not moving your joints through a full range of motion, there's less risk of injury, which makes it a fantastic option for people who are looking to maintain their strength but want to avoid the wear and tear that comes with more traditional forms of exercise. Whether it's pushing against a wall, pulling on a resistance band, or using an immovable object like a sturdy door frame, overcoming isometrics provides a way to keep your muscles engaged and strong without overloading your body. These are just a few examples of simple but incredibly powerful habits that can help you restore muscle strength and prevent the loss of muscle mass as you age. From the surprising benefits of cold exposure and sauna use to the muscle-boosting effects of intermittent fasting and overcoming isometrics, these habits can make a world of difference in how you feel and move as you get older. And the best part? They don't require hours of strenuous exercise or complicated routines. These are daily habits that can fit seamlessly into your life, helping you build strength, protect your muscles, and stay active, just like you did when you were younger. The key is consistency. It's not about finding a quick fix or doing something extreme. It's about committing to these small, powerful habits that over time will lead to big results. If you're ready to start feeling stronger, more energetic, and more independent, it's time to embrace these habits and make them a part of your daily routine. You might be surprised at just how much difference a few simple changes can make in restoring your muscle strength and helping you feel like you're 40 again. Number 3, additional key habits for muscle preservation. When it comes to restoring and maintaining muscle strength, there's so much more that can be done beyond just applying a little bit of stress to the body. Yes, hormetic stressors like cold exposure or sauna sessions are important, but they're just one piece of the puzzle. If you want to truly preserve muscle strength and feel like you're 40 again, a holistic approach is necessary, and it starts with what you put into your body. One of the most critical factors for muscle maintenance is proper protein intake. Now, many seniors have the habit of eating the majority of their protein at dinner. And while protein at dinner is certainly a good thing, studies show that the timing and distribution of protein throughout the day is just as important, especially for older adults. For maximum muscle protein synthesis, it's essential to spread out protein intake evenly across meals. This means consuming a good source of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. By doing this, you give your muscles a steady supply of the building blocks they need to repair and grow throughout the day. If you're waiting until dinner to get most of your protein, your body may be missing out on the opportunity to maintain muscle strength during the day. Your muscles need a consistent supply of protein to stay strong, and the body's better able to process and use that protein when it's evenly distributed. But the importance of protein goes beyond just having the right amounts. It's about getting the right types of protein. Foods like lean meats, fish, eggs, and plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and tofu are all excellent choices. What's even more important, however, is to ensure that you're getting a variety of amino acids. These are the building blocks of protein. When you consume a variety of protein sources, your body can access all the essential amino acids it needs to build and repair muscles efficiently. And if you're finding it difficult to get enough protein from food alone, consider adding a high-quality protein supplement to your daily routine. But remember, it's about balance. Don't go overboard with protein. Just aim to eat a healthy, consistent amount throughout the day, and your muscles will thank you for it. But protein isn't the only thing that plays a pivotal role in muscle preservation. Vitamin D is another critical nutrient that deserves a spotlight in this conversation. Vitamin D is often referred to as the sunshine vitamin because your body produces it when exposed to sunlight. But as we age, our ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight declines, and many seniors end up with insufficient levels. And here's the thing, vitamin D is vital for muscle health. Research has shown that vitamin D activates genes that are responsible for muscle growth and repair. When vitamin D levels are low, muscle strength can decline significantly, making it harder to stay active and engaged in daily activities. A deficiency in vitamin D doesn't just leave you more vulnerable to muscle weakness, it can also lead to aches, pains, and an increased risk of falls. If you find that you're low on vitamin D, don't worry. There are plenty of ways to address it, including spending more time in the sun, safely of course, eating foods rich in vitamin D like fatty fish, fortified dairy products, and egg yolks, or taking a vitamin D supplement. It's a small but essential step toward preserving your muscles. Then there's the critical issue of inflammation. Chronic inflammation is something that many people don't think about when it comes to muscle health, but it plays a huge role in muscle breakdown. Inflammation is a natural response to injury or infection, but when it becomes chronic, meaning it lingers over time, it can wreak havoc on your body. Chronic inflammation accelerates the breakdown of muscle tissue, making it harder to maintain strength and mass. This is especially true as we age, as the body's inflammatory response tends to become more persistent. So what can we do to control inflammation? The first step is to focus on eating an anti-inflammatory diet. This means incorporating foods that are rich in antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids, like leafy greens, berries, nuts, and fatty fish like salmon. These foods help to reduce inflammation at the cellular level and promote muscle repair and growth. Additionally, exercise plays a vital role in managing inflammation. Regular, moderate activity helps regulate the body's inflammatory response, keeping it in check. This doesn't mean that you need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Simple activities like walking, stretching, or yoga can help keep inflammation under control while also strengthening your muscles. Another key way to fight inflammation is by managing stress. Emotional stress has been linked to increased inflammation in the body, so finding ways to relax and unwind can help preserve muscle health. Techniques like deep breathing exercises, meditation, or even spending time in nature can help reduce the body's overall stress levels, which in turn helps control inflammation. Lastly, staying hydrated is often overlooked, but is crucial when it comes to muscle health. Dehydration can lead to muscle cramping, fatigue, and an overall decline in muscle function. By ensuring that you drink enough water throughout the day, you're helping your muscles stay nourished and ready for action. All of these habits, proper protein intake, vitamin D, controlling inflammation, and hydration, work together to create the perfect environment for muscle maintenance. These aren't quick fixes, but rather sustainable, long-term habits that will keep your muscles strong and healthy as you age. And the best part is that none of these habits require drastic changes to your lifestyle. They're all about making small, consistent choices that add up over time to produce lasting results. You don't need to start overhauling your entire routine overnight. By starting with one or two of these habits, you'll begin to see and feel improvements in your muscle strength and overall well-being. Whether you're just starting to notice muscle weakness or you've been dealing with it for years, it's never too late to take action. By combining good nutrition, smart habits, and mindful exercise, you can help ensure that your muscles remain strong and resilient well into your later years. So don't wait for the clock to run out. Embrace these simple everyday habits and you'll be well on your way to restoring your muscle strength, feeling more energized, and regaining the freedom and independence that comes with a strong, healthy body. With the right approach, you can keep your muscles strong enough to do the things you love, whether that's taking a walk, playing with your grandkids, or hiking a mountain trail. It's all possible, and it's within your reach. And before we continue, if you're finding this information helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. This way, you won't miss any of our upcoming videos filled with valuable tips to help you maintain your health and strength as you age. Join our community and let's build healthy habits together. Number 4, the importance of resistance training. When it comes to restoring muscle strength and feeling like you're 40 again, there's one habit that stands out above all the rest: progressive resistance training. While it might sound a bit intimidating or like something reserved only for bodybuilders or athletes, the truth is, this practice is one of the most effective tools available to older adults who want to maintain their strength and independence as they age. And believe me, it's not as complicated or difficult as it might sound. In fact, researchers at Tufts University have identified progressive resistance training as the #1 anti-aging intervention. But before you think this means you have to start lifting heavy weights for hours on end, let's dive into what this actually means and how it can make a real difference in restoring your muscle strength. The key to successful resistance training, particularly as we age, isn't about spending hours in the gym or lifting incredibly heavy weights. It's about intensity, specifically intensity that challenges your muscles in a way that promotes growth. The idea behind progressive resistance training is to gradually increase the weight or resistance in your workouts to ensure that your muscles are constantly being challenged. However, the mistake that many older adults make is sticking to the same light weights or low-intensity exercises week after week. While activities like walking, water aerobics, or using light weights can be beneficial for general health, they simply aren't enough to preserve and build muscle mass after the age of 60. Superagers, those remarkable individuals who defy the odds and maintain muscle strength well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, approach resistance training differently. Instead of sticking to the same easy exercises, they focus on high-intensity resistance training. This doesn't mean spending hours at the gym. It means pushing your muscles to their limit in a controlled, effective way. Studies from McMaster University have shown that older adults who engage in high-intensity resistance training, particularly training to failure, experience greater muscle gains than those who stick to moderate intensity training done more frequently. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly does training to failure mean, and why is it so important? Training to failure is simply when you push your muscles to the point where they can no longer complete a full repetition with proper form. For example, If you're doing a set of bicep curls, you keep lifting until you reach a point where you can't complete another rep without compromising your form. This is when the magic happens. When you train to failure, it triggers what's called an anabolic response in your muscles. This response is your body's way of repairing and rebuilding muscle tissue. In fact, studies show that your muscles will continue to experience heightened protein synthesis, the process that helps rebuild muscle, up to 72 hours after your workout. That means your muscles are actively recovering and growing long after you've finished your training session. This concept of training to failure is a powerful tool in building muscle strength, and it's especially important for seniors who are working to preserve muscle mass and function. When you push your muscles to their limit, you create microscopic tears in the muscle fibers. As your body repairs these tears, the muscle grows back stronger, which leads to improved muscle strength and endurance over time. For older adults, this can translate into better mobility, more strength to perform everyday tasks, and ultimately, a better quality of life. What makes this approach even more effective is that it doesn't require you to train for hours on end. In fact, high-intensity resistance training just twice a week is enough to stimulate significant muscle growth in older adults. By training to failure during those sessions, you're ensuring that your muscles are being fully challenged without the need for excessive or prolonged workouts. This can be a game changer for seniors who might feel intimidated by the idea of long, strenuous exercise routines. The other critical factor here is consistency. Just like any muscle building program, it's important to stick with resistance training over time to see lasting results. It's not about quick fixes or overnight transformations. It's about making resistance training a regular part of your routine, whether that's using dumbbells, resistance bands, or even your own body weight for exercises like squats or push-ups. The key is gradually increasing the intensity so that your muscles are constantly being pushed to adapt and grow stronger. Another reason why high-intensity resistance training is so effective is that it doesn't just benefit your muscles, it also helps maintain your bones. As we age, bone density tends to decrease, which increases the risk of fractures and other injuries. Resistance training, particularly weight-bearing exercises, helps strengthen bones by stimulating the production of bone-forming cells. This dual benefit, muscle growth and bone strength, is essential for maintaining overall physical health and reducing the risk of falls, which are a major concern for seniors. Additionally, strength training can help improve balance and coordination, both of which are vital for preventing falls. As we age, our balance often declines, and muscle weakness can make it more difficult to perform everyday activities like standing up from a chair or climbing stairs. By focusing on resistance training that strengthens the legs, core, and upper body, seniors can improve their stability and reduce the likelihood of accidents that could lead to injuries. One thing to keep in mind when starting or adapting a resistance training routine is that it's important to listen to your body and progress at your own pace. High intensity doesn't mean pushing yourself beyond your capabilities. You can start with lighter weights and gradually increase resistance as you build strength. The goal isn't to compete with others or try to lift the heaviest weights possible. It's to find a challenge that works for you, one that pushes your muscles to grow stronger while still maintaining safety and proper form. If you've never tried resistance training before, it might seem daunting at first, but the beauty of it is that you don't have to do it alone. Whether you work with a trainer, join a class, or follow a guided routine online, there are plenty of resources available to help you learn proper form and techniques. And don't forget that even bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, and push-ups can be incredibly effective in building muscle without any equipment at all. High-intensity resistance training isn't just a young person's activity. In fact, for seniors, it may be one of the most important habits you can adopt if you want to restore your muscle strength and maintain your independence. By challenging your muscles in a controlled way, pushing them to their limits, and giving them the recovery they need, you can rebuild muscle mass, boost strength, and improve your overall health. Whether you're looking to regain muscle strength from years of inactivity or simply want to maintain the muscle you still have, resistance training can be your ticket to feeling stronger, healthier, and more vibrant than ever. And as you build muscle and strength, you'll likely notice an increase in energy, improved posture, and an overall sense of vitality that you haven't felt in years. So if you're ready to make a real difference in your strength and mobility, Progressive resistance training is where you should start. By focusing on intensity over duration, training to failure, and consistently challenging your muscles, you'll be well on your way to restoring muscle strength and feeling like you're 40 again. You've got this. Number 5, the right exercises and techniques for older adults. To restore muscle strength and feel more like your younger self, it's crucial to incorporate the right exercises into your routine. For seniors, the key to preserving muscle mass and improving strength lies not in just any workout, but in focusing on compound movements. Exercises like squats, deadlifts, rows, presses, and pulls engage multiple muscle groups at the same time, which means they trigger a more powerful hormonal response than isolation exercises, such as bicep curls or leg extensions. And this is vital because greater hormonal responses lead to increased muscle building potential, which becomes more difficult as we age. Compound movements are also practical since they mimic the kinds of movements you make every day, like bending down, lifting, or walking upstairs, helping you stay functional and independent. And the best part? These exercises can be modified to fit your specific needs, whether you're dealing with joint pain or limited mobility. Now, one of the most important things to keep in mind is that intensity matters more than duration. You may have heard that older adults should stick to light weights or low-intensity exercises, but this isn't enough to truly preserve muscle mass. Superagers, the individuals who continue to maintain strength well into their 70s and 80s, don't just stick to easy routines. They embrace the challenge of high-intensity resistance training. Studies from McMaster University show that older adults who engage in high-intensity resistance training, where they push their muscles to failure just twice a week, experience better muscle gains than those who use a moderate intensity approach, even if they train more frequently. Training to failure means you reach a point where you can no longer complete a repetition while maintaining good form. It may sound intimidating, but this is the key to building strength. By pushing your muscles to their limits, you trigger anabolic responses in the body, which are essential for muscle growth. These responses can continue to work their magic for up to 72 hours after your workout, ensuring long-term muscle repair and growth. While it's important to listen to your body, aiming for that level of intensity just a couple of times a week can lead to impressive results. So don't shy away from challenging yourself. Additionally, another powerful aspect of resistance training is something called progressive overload. This concept simply means gradually increasing the difficulty of your workouts. If you don't make small, incremental improvements over time, your muscles will plateau and stop growing. Superagers understand that to continue gaining strength, they need to track their progress closely. It doesn't mean you have to push yourself hard every day, but consistently challenging yourself, whether by increasing weights, adding reps, or changing the tempo of your exercises, keeps the muscles adapting and growing stronger. To do this effectively, it's important to focus on eccentric training. The eccentric phase of an exercise refers to when the muscle is lengthening while under tension. For example, when lowering a weight during a bicep curl, your muscle is stretching while resisting the force. Eccentric training is particularly beneficial for older adults because it maximizes muscle activation while minimizing strain on the joints. As we age, joint pain and discomfort can often hold us back from traditional weightlifting, but eccentric movements help you build strength without overloading your joints. This approach is ideal for seniors who are looking to build strength gradually and safely. Studies have shown that eccentric training can be highly effective in increasing muscle mass and strength, even in older adults. For instance, a study from the University of Alabama found that seniors in their 70s who participated in progressive resistance training, including eccentric exercises, gained an average of 3.3 pounds of muscle in just 12 weeks and saw a 35% increase in strength. These benefits went beyond muscle growth. They also contributed to better overall health, with improvements in blood glucose levels, bone density, and even cognitive function. It's a clear reminder that building muscle isn't just about aesthetics. It has profound effects on your overall health and longevity. By focusing on compound exercises, high-intensity training, and incorporating eccentric movements into your routine, you can experience remarkable changes in both muscle strength and overall vitality. These exercises provide a strong foundation for functional strength, which can make daily tasks easier, reduce the risk of falls, and boost your overall confidence in your physical abilities. The key is consistency and making small adjustments to continually challenge your muscles while listening to your body. The best part is that these exercises don't require fancy equipment or hours spent in a gym. You can start with bodyweight exercises or use minimal equipment like resistance bands, dumbbells, or even household items. Over time, as you build strength and feel more comfortable, you can gradually add more resistance or incorporate more challenging variations of the exercises. The important thing is to start where you are, stay consistent, and focus on gradually increasing the intensity of your workouts. As you continue to incorporate these movements into your routine, you'll start to notice not only physical changes, but mental and emotional ones as well. Building strength can bring a sense of accomplishment and confidence, knowing that you're taking control of your health and well-being. With dedication, you can restore muscle strength and feel more capable and independent, just like you did years ago. So whether you're just getting started or already on your fitness journey, remember that it's never too late to regain muscle strength and feel more like your younger self. By focusing on the right exercises, compound movements, progressive overload, and eccentric training, you'll be well on your way to a stronger, healthier future. Your body is capable of more than you think, and with the right mindset and commitment, you can build the strength you need to live your best life, no matter your age. Let's get started today. By incorporating resistance training into your daily routine, you can restore muscle strength and feel like you're in your 40s again. Stronger muscles mean more independence and confidence in your daily life. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe for more tips on staying healthy as you age, and check out our next video for even more ways to boost your strength. Keep moving forward. You've got this. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.